Is it possible to build a kitchen for under $5,000?
Well, that's what we're about to find out.
And it's a world that man can eat at all. When things are big, that should be small.
What's up, Flip fam? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking kitchens.
Now, the last time we did a kitchen, we renovated it for under $10,000, and we thought that was pretty good. You know, the average budget to renovate a kitchen floats somewhere between $25,000 and $50,000. So we thought 10 grand was pretty good.
But some of y'all complained that even that was too expensive.
So this time we decided to try and push the limits. We wanted to get the absolute cheapest kitchen that we could get away with that was still functional, attractive, usable, but without spending a penny more than we had to.
So we set our budget at $5,000, which meant we had to get crafty on some things. I honestly don't know how we're gonna do it. Appliances are very expensive. Cabinets alone are outrageous. And countertops, I could spend $5,000 on groceries alone.
Amen. All right, so let's take a look at what we've got here. We're back at the Ditto house. That is our 100-year-old project house where everything is confusing and doesn't make any sense. And this kitchen is no different. Just look at this sad excuse for a kitchen. It's more creepy than inviting, and we don't have a lot to work with here, but don't worry, we will figure out a way to make this better. And that's because anything is better than this. We don't even have cabinets. All we have are a couple of shelves that somebody bolted to a wall and said, yeah, that looks good.
So the first thing we needed to do was get everything out of the kitchen. That way we could see what we were working with. This step was pretty easy because we didn't have much to move. And the best part, it didn't cost us anything. So we started knocking this wall down in between the kitchen and the only bathroom in the house. We realized there was no way we could ever make this space big enough for a kitchen and a bathroom. So that's when we decided to move the kitchen, which is not something that we wanted to do. But it did allow space for not one, but two bathrooms, which is huge when flipping a house because it's gonna make it sell so much faster.
2 bathrooms is great and all, but this is a kitchen video, and now we don't have one. And finding a new spot's not gonna be easy. We don't have a ton of extra space. We do have 2 bedrooms that feel more like a living room because they've got a bunch of entrance doors. This one even has access to the outside, which is not normal in a bedroom, but we do think it will work for the space of our new living room / kitchen. All we have to do is knock down this wall, and it is a thick-ass wall. Common sense would say that's because there's a fireplace inside, but we didn't see any chimneys on the roof of this house, so we were hoping these mantles were just some sort of tacky decoration. But of course, whenever we got into demo, we realized these walls were filled with a 100-year-old fireplace that was completely bricked up, full of cement, couldn't save it. So that meant if we were gonna pull this off, we were gonna have to tear this monster out brick by brick.
We're gonna skip over this part because I can't imagine that anybody else is gonna have this issue. However, if you were so unlucky to have to remove a fireplace in your kitchen remodel, lucky for you, we made a video just about that.
You know, every time we've knocked down a wall, I always wonder if we're making a mistake. But then you see the vision come together and it's hard not to think, damn, we might actually pull this off. It's looking pretty good, and at this point we haven't spent a single dime. Now that's about to change because we're getting into electrical, plumbing, insulation. Now I can't tell you to do this work yourself because every region has different laws and rules and codes. I can tell you that if you're allowed to do this and you know how to, you should because you save a ton of money. Because at this point we're only out a few $100s for material, which is not bad. And we will break down costs at the end, but we're not gonna spend a lot of time on it now because most of you watching this video will be starting here. After you demo the old kitchen, you'll have a nice blank space ready to be transformed into your luxury kitchen on a budget.
So first off, one of the most expensive elements to a kitchen are the cabinets. We Googled inexpensive cabinets, and many of these so-called cheap cabinets were still way too expensive. When in doubt, we can always check Home Depot. The big home stores usually have a bunch of different styles of cabinets that you can just grab right off the shelf, and they're usually pretty cheap. We figured we would grab some cheap ones off the shelf, and believe it or not, we found several of them on clearance. So I don't know if these cabinets are good quality, but I do know that they were the cheapest things that we found by a lot. So we were able to buy all the base cabinets that we needed on sale. We ended up ordering all the uppers because they didn't have any 42-inch cabinets on sale, and we wanted the taller cabinets since the kitchen has 9-foot ceilings. So we got all of our cabinets for under $2,500, which means
we blew half the budget on cabinets.
So to help keep costs down, that means we have to install the cabinets ourselves. It seems scary, it's actually not that bad. We always start with the uppers. We do a ledger board like this and mark the studs. It makes hanging the cabinets a lot easier. You know what else makes it easier? Having a couple friends help out, especially if you don't have to pay them. That's just the best, isn't it? The process is pretty simple. Just make sure everything is nice and level, screw the cabinets to the studs, and then screw the boxes together. And if you notice that electrical wire hanging out of the wall, that is there because we decided to install under cabinet lights. Now this may have been an unnecessary expense when trying to save money, but it's gonna make this cheap cabinet look so much more expensive. Now for the lowers, you always try to find the high spot in the floor. These old floors are never level, and you want to mark the high spot on the wall, transfer this measurement all the way around, and then mark the studs. You do this because it's a lot easier to shim the cabinets up to this line rather than try and cut the bottoms of the cabinets so everything is flush.
we had to shim up a lot of the cabinets. We even had to shim off of the walls because in these old houses, nothing is ever square. But it's not that hard of a process. Another helpful tip is to take the doors off the cabinets. Make sure not to lose the screws. This makes it easier to clamp the boxes so you can screw them together.
Now, we knew we wanted an island to help separate the kitchen and the living room. We also knew it needed to be cheap, so that's where this busted up cabinet comes into play. We actually got this for $20. And it doesn't matter that it's broken because we're gonna be reinforcing it when we build this island out.
The goal for this island was to have enough room for a couple of bar stools for some seating and maybe a cooktop or a sink.
All right, there it is, one kitchen island frame, and we were able to finish it for under $100.
We decided to wrap the island in shiplap because it's easy and we thought it would look good painted. We decided to paint the island for two reasons. One, the shiplap didn't match the color of the cabinets, and two, we never pass up an opportunity for a pop of color.
The color is Evergreen Fog by Sherwin-Williams. It is a very trendy, beautiful green color. Now this is a flip house, so we usually keep all the colors neutral, but this shade is gorgeous and it works great for accents and splashes of color.
If there was any chance of us actually staying under $5,000, we knew we were gonna have to make some sacrifices with countertops. No marble, no quartz. We were just gonna have to get something cheap like laminate, but we hate the way laminate countertops look.
The store also had a large selection of butcher block countertops, which we hadn't considered because they're usually so much more expensive than laminate. But they actually had several pieces on clearance, enough to do our kitchen, and it was cheaper than the laminate, and we liked the way it looked better, so we said, screw it, let's go for it. As far as countertop materials go, butcher block is actually one of the easier ones to work with. As long as you are comfortable with carpentry, you can totally do this yourself. And we were able to pick up all the countertops we needed for under $600. So, not bad.
Everyone's a winner, baby, that's the truth. That's the truth. Making for you is such a thrill. Everyone's a winner, baby, that's no lie. That's no lie. You never fail to satisfy.
grabbed an affordable sink and faucet off Amazon. We didn't go with the cheapest option because we still wanted it to be usable and look good. So this combo ran us a little over $300. So all in all, with everything added up, we only have around $1,300 left in the budget. We still have a lot of stuff to do. And since the budget is so dang tight, probably not a good idea to do a tile backsplash, but come on, we want it to look nice too.
Okay, for our kitchen backsplash, we have decided to go with a square tile. I've got some tiles laid out here with spacers to plan the layout. It looks like we've got enough room for 3.5 pieces of tile, so we only have to make one cut. We're gonna do it at the top here, that way it'll be hidden by the cabinet.
I think spending money on the tile was the right decision because it makes this kitchen look so much more premium, and we did the whole backsplash for just over $200. For lighting, we grabbed a couple of cheap fixtures from Lowe's, add that together with our under cabinet lights, and all the fixtures in this kitchen come in around $170.
So winner, baby, that's so loud. That's so loud. You never fail.
For flooring, we decided to go with LVP, or luxury vinyl plank for the uninitiated. It's the floor of the future. It's waterproof, it's lightweight, and you can cut it with a box knife. Don't even have to break out a saw.
Vinyl floor isn't my favorite, but it is waterproof and cheap. We got enough floor for this space for around $300.
Which means the total for this kitchen is $4,480. We did it! We built a kitchen for under $5,000. Can you friggin' believe it? They said it couldn't be done, and we said, no, watch this motherfucker. Oh yeah, we forgot about the appliances.
As an apology, please enjoy this ASMR video of us peeling stuff. For the appliances, we always go with stainless steel because they look nice and nobody seems to notice if you mix and match brands. All of our appliances are scratch and dent or returns. You can find them at the home stores, heavily discounted, and usually the damage isn't even noticeable. So they've got it reduced for about half price. And from what we can tell, it doesn't look like it. It says it's got dents on it, but we can't really see any in the front.
As you can see, the microwave is fine, it looks great, and we actually got it reduced even further by just asking a manager if they would increase the discount, and sometimes they will. You can get lucky. That's how we get all of our appliances. But the trade-off is you lose a lot of the perks of buying a new machine from a store. You rarely get free installation. A lot of times you won't have a warranty. You can't get free delivery, so that means you have to transport these things yourself. And all sales are final, so if you get the appliance home and it doesn't work for your space, tough luck, you're stuck with it. But if that doesn't scare you away, this is a great way to save money on new appliances. Check Lowe's, Best Buy, Home Depot, anywhere that has appliances, and look for the scratch dent, special order returns, and you can get new appliances at a huge savings. We got all of our appliances for $1,750, which is a great price on appliances, but it means that we blew the hell out of our budget, and it cost us over $6,000 to do this kitchen. So, could we build a budget kitchen for under $5,000? No, we failed.
But look at where we started. Remember? This house didn't even have a usable kitchen. It didn't even have cabinets. It was small, cramped, and outdated. And now we have a kitchen. We actually have cabinets and counter space and appliances. I know we went over budget, but I think this kitchen looks freaking sick. I love it. It's usable, and I don't think anybody would walk in here and say this is a budget kitchen.
Yeah, and we made a whole kitchen for cheaper than some of the stoves Joanna Gaines be throwing in people's houses. How about that?
How about that?
No, like, how about that?
How about that?
All right, this is our kitchen. It's a vast improvement over the previous kitchen. It's not perfect. I'm sure you've noticed that grate in the side of the cabinet. Well, that's because there was an HVAC return in the floor, and instead of losing counter space, we figured we'd make a dummy cabinet with a counter on top. Not ideal, but a pretty clever solution to an annoying problem. All right, let's take a look at some before and afters. This is where we started with our living room kitchen combo. The weird purple bedroom, we knocked everything down to studs, and then we built it. Well, you can just take a look for yourselves. All right, this is our kitchen. We didn't build it for $5,000, but we got close, and I'm incredibly proud about that, and that was amazing on this flip because we were already running on such a tight budget with this remodel. The fact that we were able to do this kitchen so cheap helped out tremendously.
We've never done a kitchen this cheap, let alone have to move one. So the fact that we were able to do a kitchen that looks this good, this cheap, is pretty incredible. All right, do you think we did a good job with this kitchen? Let us know in the comments down below.
All right, that is it for us. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you aren't already, and other than that, we will catch you on the flip side. Bye.